Ryan Knights here with Extreme Vision Review. First and foremost, I want to send my condolences out to Stephen Hawking's friends and family. He was a very brilliant physicist. He died yesterday at the age of 76. He suffered from Lou Gehrig's disease, or ALS, which deteriorated his muscles to where he had no movement. He couldn't talk. He couldn't pretty much he wasn't able to function. When he was diagnosed with this disease, they only gave him a couple of years to live. And this guy fought it. I mean, lived to 76, spent most of his life in a wheelchair, had a robot voice, to talk with because he couldn't move his mouth, so he found other ways to talk. He was a brilliant author. He's mostly known for his work with black holes, Big Bang Theory, universes, astrophysics, pretty much. He was also the forerunner against a corporation called CERN, which is, a really scary place, considering what all they do there. If you don't know, by all means look into it. It's pretty scary, considering they found the God particle. They also are smashing particles together and trying to recreate the Big Bang. And Stephen Hawking told them to stop, because what they are doing and messing with the God particle and all this could end everything, because just shatter the whole universe and unmake existence. So him and a few others have gave warning to this corporation to cease their projects. They're based out of Switzerland. They also got one, if I'm not mistaken, in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Either they have one there or they're building one there. This place is evil, but not. I want to say, like, I understand, scientists got to push the envelope. They got to see, they push and push and push to figure out answers to questions to which everybody wants to know. But there's certain things that you just do not mess with, and this is one of them. Especially when you have a bunch of physicists that are saying stop before it's too late. If you do any research, do not get on YouTube and look it up, because there's so many videos out there that are crap, that are saying stuff that is far-fetched. Like one talks about them opening up a portal to another dimension and something coming out and killing a bunch of people, which I doubt that it really happened. Another one that they created a black hole and it started to collapse everything, and they were able to contain it. Now, even Stephen Hawking found that a little hard to believe. He didn't agree with everything they'd done, but to try to contain a black hole, that is pretty much impossible. When not even light can escape it, then how is that possible that you are able to contain something like that? So stories like this kind of, are a little far-fetched in my opinion. There was also another one about a sacrifice done in front of their statue, which is supposed to be, I think, Sheba, the goddess of destruction, or something like that. And like, I haven't done a lot of research into that, but I just know about the corporation. Supposing there was a video, someone videotaped a actual sacrifice done in front of the statue. Well, it didn't happen, supposedly it happened, but I don't think it did. Everybody's saying it was a hoax, that it was just a joke or whatever. So there's no telling. It could have happened, but I don't know. I wasn't there. The video's real shaky. It's not very detailed. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you're trying to videotape something like that, you don't just turn away. There's just too much to question. But anyways, if you look at their actual videos or do look at their company profile, they pretty much tell you everything out in the open. But the way they say it, they got a lot of holes in their story, and pretty much they tell on themselves without doing it. So if you can kind of read into what they're saying, you'll see exactly what they're doing, and it's not good. Yes, and they have tried to open up portals to other dimensions, but I don't know. Supposedly, they haven't been successful in doing so. They've held rituals there, um, to accommodate all forms of life, because they also believe in scientists performing in the arts. You know, so it's one of them things that you kind of are back and forth about. I just don't agree with what they do. As far as what they do in their own time, the cultural bias stuff, that's fine. But messing with the God particles, slamming particles together, trying to recreate the Big Bang, that is something we should not be messing with. Because yes, I can see where that can go horribly wrong and destroy everything. Um, but anyways, when Stephen Hawking's, he's got a couple of quotes that I like to share with you that kind of help inspire me. One of them is, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change, you know, which means no matter what life throws at you, if you can adapt to it and make something positive out of a negative, you are going to make it. It's forcing yourself through every day and making sure that you accomplish your goals. That is what he considered to be intelligence. Um, and then the other one is, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, is the illusion of knowledge, which that means, pretty much a know-it-all, or somebody saying, talking about something they have no idea of. You're trying to train somebody and you have not the slightest clue what you're doing, then you're training them wrong and you're giving them wrong information, which means that you're not giving them the knowledge they need. You're giving them falsified information. So that is the enemy of knowledge. Um, so, those two quotes are very strong and powerful quotes. To me, they are anyway. Um, I just try to pass them along. Maybe people watch this video might help. It might help them. You know, uh, People that are disabled. He was, I mean, look at what he was able to accomplish from a wheelchair, not being able to talk, not being able to walk, stand, move at all. You know, he spent his whole life, or just about his whole life, in a wheelchair, and was still one of the most brilliant minds of our time. So if he can accomplish something like he did with his disability, then a lot of people have no excuses. You know, you get thrown, a curveball in life, you take it and run with it, and you don't stop until it is your time and death is knocking at your door. You don't quit. Uh, of course, if you quit, that's going to be the end of it. There's no point in living no more. But to me, everything about Stephen Hawking's helped me get through life. You know, because he never let anything hold him down. He never had excuses. He only had solutions to problems. No matter what life threw at him, he knew how to. He would find a way to fix it, and he did. So I hate to see the fact that he is gone. But I'm just glad that he did live to the age of 76 and proved a lot of people wrong, and showed what someone can do, what the human spirit can accomplish if you let it, if you drive for it, you can do it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of that. I just want to get that out of the way. My lug nuts come in today. Well, I ordered them when I ordered my rims. I thought they were gonna be name brand, but unfortunately they're not. They're knockoffs, which kind of scares me. They feel aluminum. They're very light. The threads are very soft, so usually you don't want something like this holding your rims on. I've had sets like this. I had VMS sets, 6-speed, and they seem to strip out a lot. You know, it's hard not to over tighten them and do it. But I do like them. I like the fact that the last set I had that were 6-speed, and they were blue lug nuts with red spikes, but they didn't have this O-ring. Well, this set has an O-ring on it, so I was constantly losing spikes with the 6-speed set. So this right here should eliminate that by just being able to tighten it down. Because right about there you start feeling it where the O-ring actually catches, and then tighten it, and it shouldn't fall off, and it should stay now. But I am kind of concerned about them, but we'll find out. That's what I'm here for, to try it. Hopefully it's not a safety issue. I usually try to keep an eye on my lug nuts regardless of what they are. I keep a check on them, make sure that they're tight. If I find any form of a problem, I'll take it off and replace it right then and there. I've had to do that. Like I said, I've had a couple of sets that were kind of like this, but they were name brand, unfortunately, that did that. And luckily, you know, because I keep checking my stuff, you know, I was able to find the problem and solve it. A lot of people won't, though. They'll put them on, not think twice, and they'll drive and drive, and then their wheel falls off, and they can't figure out what happened. Well, if you got lug nuts like this that are made of aluminum and not steel, chances are that's what happened. The threads are screwed. You know, these are very easy to over tighten, very easy to damage. They don't hold paint very well when you go to tighten them down, especially if you use any type of impact after you've already hand tightened them and slap them with an impact. It'll damage the outside right here where the socket goes on. It will not damage it, but you know, you'll see where it's taking the paint off. So it's kind of hard to judge these until you actually use them. I'll try them out, see how they do. I'll go ahead and post a link to these in the description. I see what y'all think, you know, and when I can actually get see what these do in about a month, see how they work out, I'll post up a better review on them, and let you know if they hold up good or if they're complete garbage. You know, like I said, I haven't seen many aluminum ones that would hold up. I said they're very easy to destroy, pretty much. So we'll find out. You know, I'll try to keep an eye on them and check them. So I'll give it about a month, and then we'll see how it does. I did go ahead and pull out one of the rims, so that way I could show y'all how these are going to look. Let me get 4 of these out. And they do come, like, all of them come without the spikes on them. So they come like this. And then all the spikes are in little baggies. So pretty much you got them set up, and then when you pull them out, when you go to put these on, you can't have the spikes on them because it'll keep you from getting your socket on there right. So you got to keep the spikes off when you put these on. And then when you get them on, then you put your spikes on it. But I just went ahead and put spikes on just so that way you can see what it's actually going to look like. And then put these in here like so. And booyah. Let me make sure. I'm messing them up. And see, they're not really, you know, they stand out pretty good. These holes aren't as deep as I thought they would be. My other rims, they were zero offset and they had a deeper hole. Well, these don't, and it's not as deep as an offset. So I'm gonna go test fit them and see how how the rims actually fit. Because with the zero offset, your tires stick out a little bit further, where a 21 offset, it comes back in a little bit more. So I got to test them to find out what size tire I really need to run. Like with my 0 offsets, I ran a 205/55 tire on them, and it seemed to do great. Well, with these, I'm probably going to have to go with a smaller width of a tire because of the turn radius. The closer in your rim goes to the car, the smaller the tire is going to be because you'll rub. And sometimes you might have to shrink it down a little bit too. It just depends. So, run probably a 195, 185, 50 would probably be good. But when you got 0 offset, it sticks them out further, so you can get a wider tire because your turn radius is going to be a little bit different. When you come in more, you got to watch it and make sure you're not scraping. So that's why I got to test fit them before I put tires on them. Plus, if I put tires on them before doing this, and let's say I do have an issue and I need to return them because I need a different offset, I won't be able to. So that's why you have to do this before you put tires on. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of people taking pictures of their car. They get these new rims in and they put them on and they take pictures of them. And they're like, check them out. And they're like, well, why don't you have tires on? Well, this is why. You put them on, test them, make sure what size tire you're going to need to run. And make sure there's not going to be no issues with scraping or anything like that. Because once you install a tire on there, that rim is yours. You will not be able to return it. And trust me, they will know. There's always a way to find it because you'll have some type of scratch on there that will prove that you had a tire on it. And then plus, these don't come with valve stems. They have to be put in as well. So there's a lot that goes along with this. It's not just buying rims and tires and slapping them on. To do it right, you buy the rim, you check your clearances, make sure everything's going to be good. Then you buy the tire based on that and what size originally was on there. Like, I can't remember what size was original. I know it was a 14-inch rim, but I can't remember the exact size of the tire. It's been so long since I've had them. But anyways, if you go oversized too much or even under, it'll throw your speedometer off. So you want to try to keep the same circumference of rim and tire that you had on there. So if you go with a bigger rim, your tire needs to be a little bit smaller to accommodate the same circumference of your stock wheels. And that way you don't have to worry about any speedo adjustments, or your gears being off or fuel economy being different, because it will. Smaller tires usually tend to help fuel economy a little bit, where bigger tires seem not to. So you just gotta look on, there's a lot of variables. People buy them and just slap them on and don't never think about it. But that's not how you're supposed to do it. If you want to do it right, you buy a new set of rims, you test fit them, then you put your wheels on. A lot of people buy rims and tires that are already, used, and they slap them on, then they got scraping issues or whatnot. That's not how you're supposed to do it. But it is what it is. A lot of Honda guys, they already know what to run. If you see a set of 15s out there and they're running either a 185, 195, or 205, anywhere between a 50 to 55, it's going to work somewhere down the line. It's going to work. You go with a 210, 215, or a 60, 65, that is going to be too big for a 15-inch rim on a Honda Civic. The tire's going to be real meaty, and two, you're not going to be able to turn good. A lot of people that do customizing with Hondas eliminate the power steering. They're such a small car that there's no point in it. I can turn mine with the wide tires that I had on it. I could turn mine at a standstill like it still had power steering. So, I took mine off right off the bat. You know, of course, it's not so easy just pulling the power steering pump off and the belt and being done with it. You know, you gotta take the hoses out. You gotta be able to cap off your rack and pinion to make sure no fluid drains out of it, because it's a power steering rack, so you need to try to keep fluid in it. You lose that fluid and it can blow seals and your car will not respond right. So there's a lot going along with it than just eliminating or just pulling off a few parts. You know, you got to do a lot of work to do it, or to do it right. Um, and then same way with the air conditioning. My air conditioning's gone. I never really use air conditioning. If I gotta take my son somewhere, I jump in the Cavalier. If it's hot out, I'll jump in the Cavalier and use it, because it does have air conditioning. This car don't. I took it off. I don't need it. Me personally, I don't like air conditioning. I never use it. I just roll down the windows and enjoy the air. Plus, it's got a sunroof, so I'll open that up too, and it's fine. But with my son, he don't like a lot of wind, so you can't run with the windows down, and he can't be in a hot car. So when it's hot days out, we'll just jump in the Cavalier and take it instead of mine. But I'm gonna get out here and jump on this, take some pictures, post them up, so that way y'all can see what this is gonna look like. Um, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll start getting tires. We're gonna just do two at a time. I also gotta work on the camber kit today, get some bolts put in, and try to get everything adjusted right. I'm pretty good with eyeballing. I don't recommend doing it if you don't have to. Take it to somebody that knows what they're doing and has an alignment machine that can do it proper. I'm good at eyeballing because I've done alignments, so I pretty much know how to set it up. As far as actually align the tires, you know, it takes a lot to do. You know, you definitely need a machine to do it right. You know, there's a few ways you can do it with like staples and thread and be able to get it right. But I prefer to take it to somebody. It's cheap to do. I'd rather take somebody and get it done right. Now, as far as the camber goes, like I said, I'm pretty good at eyeballing. Last time I've done it, or last few times I've done it, and then I take it in to get my alignment done, they've never had to mess with it. They've always said, you know, it might be like maybe anywhere between 1 to 3 degrees off, and there's really, you don't want to mess with it at that point. If it's more than 5, then you kind of want to tinker with it. But if it's below 5, you usually don't even bother to do anything with the camber, or even with the alignment too as well. You don't want to keep messing with it, trying to get it set at 0, because it's a pain to do. So everybody tries to keep it, you know, between 0 and 3 is about the best. You know, 4 or 5's not bad, but anything above 5 I don't agree with. So it can be done. But anyways, I'm gonna jump off here, go ahead and get this stuff knocked out, and take some pictures. Like I said, they'll be posted up as I talk, and then tomorrow I'll start getting tires put on, and hopefully we'll get this thing up and running within the next 2 weeks. I hope. Anyways, this is Ron Knights, and I'll see y'all later.